The Seraphim in One Piece are in a league of their own in the way in which they were created. Because they're absolutely nothing like cyborgs, which are just humans with cybernetic parts in them, Kuma, Frankie, Sanji to an extent, but they also aren't robots or androids like the Pacifista are, where they are completely robot, they just have human-looking qualities to them. What they are is a little bit darker than that because they are homunculus. And I know the series proper hasn't stated that they are homunculi, but this is what a homunculus is. Homunculi are just life forms that are created artificially. So through magic, alchemy, science, it doesn't matter. If you create life by any means that is not natural, you're making a homunculus. Think like the dwarf in the Flash from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And the thing that makes him a homunculus to me and not like an android or a cyborg is the green blood that Vegapunk put inside these dudes. Because the entire point of blood is to carry nutrients and substances all throughout your body that your body needs. So, like proteins, oxygen, your blood is putting that everywhere it needs to go. The fact that these guys have their own blood, even though it's synthetic, means that they have a similar system to us in which the blood needs to go to make them operate. This green blood holds their lineage factor from wherever Vegapunk got it from, in which the Seraphim's case it would be from the originals. So with Boa's DNA spliced into this green blood and is going all throughout Mini Boa's system, that is what's giving her her abilities to use its Devil Fruit power. Not only that, it's what also gives her a similar personality to that of the original Boa. This is why so many times throughout the arc so far, you have people saying like, wow, they're fearsome. I can't wait to see what they'll look like grown up, because they will grow. There will come a point in time where these guys are all like in their 20s or 30s and they will literally be unstoppable on the seas. Like if S-Hawk already has Mihawk's DNA going through his entire body and he has the potential to be the world's greatest swordsman, what do you think he's going to do with a Devil Fruit on top of that, plus being Lunarian? Oh, in case I forgot, he can also shoot lasers, so he can do way more than Mihawk ever could hope to. However, one of the sad things, like with at least lore when it comes to homunculi, is that they were vaguely human-shaped and they were kind of like created to be servants or serve humans. Mainly serving whoever it was that created them in the first place. In which case, in the world of One Piece, these guys were created by the world government to serve the world government. And this is despite the fact that people, let's say Esnik, for example, since they have Boa's DNA going through them and similar Boa personality traits, I would imagine that this little Boa is going to eventually hate the world government if she doesn't already hate them now. The same goes for Navy Hunter Mihawk, Doflamingo who had a grudge against them, Jinbei for what they did against his people, Kuma for everything that they did to that man. So I do think there's going to be a point in the future where they're going to end up having their own minds and they're going to break from the world government's control on their own. Because at the end of the day, while they aren't human, they're definitely not robots, so you can't just control them like one. Even Vegapunk wasn't fully aware of the information that's being transmitted through the bloodline elements, like, their personality traits. And these are traits that will only get stronger as these guys get older. So for example, I definitely do not see grown versions of the Seraphim listening to orders by the world government. They will do what they want, just like the warlords did. And you know how I know? Because they're modeled after the same dudes that were going against the world government. Trying so hard to control everything else in the world, they keep doing things that shoot themselves in the foot. So I'm just waiting for the day that the world government goes down because they definitely deserve it. Moral of this story, these guys are not robots and they're not cyborgs, they're homunculi. And it's mainly due to the green blood that was made to go through and function in their system similar to blood does with ours, which could have only been made and synthesized by the world's smartest man. The Seraphim so far are literally Vegapunk's greatest contribution as a scientist in this world.